Hi guys, welcome to this session. In this session, we will be discussing about OOPS concepts introduction. Introduction to OOPS concepts. In this session, we will not be directly jumping into the OOPS concepts, but instead we will be learning few other things like what does OOPS generally mean, what is a programming paradigm, and different types of programming paradigms in Java, and is Java the first language which is developed using OOPS, and everything will be seeing in this video. So let's start it. So what does OOP stands for? What does OOP stands for? OOP stands for Object Oriented Programming. We generally say OOPS, but we started saying OOPS just because it is good to hear, right? But the main concept lies in Object Oriented Programming, OOP. See, why did we develop OOP? Because everything in this OOP, everything is an object. Like what you know, right? Object is a real world entity which we can see, touch, or feel is an object, right? Everything in this OOP is based on object. So OOP is a programming paradigm. Is an programming paradigm. To solve a problem using a programming language is known as programming paradigm. Is OOP only the programming paradigm? No, there are different ways to solve a problem or a program, right? That we have procedural, which is used by C language, right? And then we have logical, and then we have object oriented, and then we have structural, and then we have functional. Though we have so many types of programming paradigms, object oriented approach is more popular and a better way to solve a problem, because everything is in this real world is represented as an object. If everything is represented as an object, then every problem can be solved using the concepts of OOP, right? So OOP is a better way, and we will see why in further videos. So we have generally been told that Java is an object oriented programming. So have you ever asked yourself, is Java completely object oriented programming language, or is it the first language which uses OOPS, which was developed using OOP? Then the answer is no, because Java is not completely object-oriented programming language. Why? Because we use concepts like primitive data types in Java. See, in Java, while we are initializing a variable, say let's say x, when we are initializing it, we will be initializing it sometimes like int of x is equals to 2, right? There we are not using int of x is equals to new int of, we are not specifying an object there. So this type of concepts were being used in Java, which makes it not which doesn't make it a complete object oriented programming language. If that is not complete object oriented programming languages, then are there any other languages which are completely object oriented? Yes, then we have Smalltalk, which is first truly object oriented programming language. And then we have languages like Java, Python, which follows the concepts of OOPS. If it is first truly object oriented programming, was it the first language? No, we have Simula, which is first object oriented programming language. The programming paradigm where everything is represented as an object is known as truly object oriented programming language. But in Java, since we are not using everything as an object, this is not completely object oriented programming language. Clear, right? So in OOP, what are the main things, main concepts which we will be using? There are these are the main concepts which we will be using in OOP, which are known as six pillars, six main pillars of OOPs. So we will be seeing these definitions, but not in complete detail. Detailed explanation will be shared in further videos. Okay. So what is an object? Object is defined as a real world entity. Anything in this real world which we can touch, see, and feel is known as an object. The object consists of properties and tasks, which we can also say that state and behavior, right? Everything which we see, fan, pen, chair, laptop, a human being, you, me, everyone is known as object. Then next we have class. What is the class? Class is the blueprint that object should follow. Class is the blueprint that an object follows. See, class doesn't consume any space. Like, let us say student. A student has name, student has roll number, date of joining, which stream does he belongs to, everything is defined. But he can also perform tasks like read, write, play, sing, everything, right? So this is, in this way, this class is known as the blueprint of an object. It states clearly what it will be doing. And then we have abstraction. What is abstraction? We are abstracting the things. We are showing only the required parts which are necessary, and hiding the implementation details is known as abstraction. See, in the previous video we have told, right, Java is very secure for internet applications and all. Why? Because it hides the implementation details and shows what is necessary, which comes under the concept of abstraction. See, if we are downloading a file, we can only see the necessary things. All the implementation details are being hidden, which tells us the concept of abstraction. And then we have encapsulation. What does an encapsulation means? Binding variables and methods under a single entity. See, have you seen a capsule? Capsule has different things which are kept in it and sealed perfectly, right? That means it is, everything is being kept at a short. That is encapsulation. And then we have inheritance. What does an inheritance mean? Inheritance means acquiring the properties of one class to another class. See, in this inheritance, we have parent and child relationship, right? Or we may also say base class and derived class, a super class and a subclass. Inheritance means acquiring the properties from a parent class or a base class to its derived class or a child class is known as inheritance. In this inheritance also we have different types like single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance and all. Those all we'll be seeing in a separate video. And then we have polymorphism. Polymorphism, what does a polymorphism means? Performing the same task in different ways. Like, what in this we can consider a task as a method, right? In a method, we while adding two numbers, what we will be doing, we can add with parameters and without parameters. Like, there are different ways to approach or to solve a problem. This can be completely understood using the concept of polymorphism. See, this is just a brief introduction about these OOPS concepts. I will be making videos on each and every one separately. and then there I can explain you in detail what does this mean and all. Okay, hope you are clear with this. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.